สวัสดีครับพบกับผมมิดไนท์ที่ M Night Studio อีกเช่นเคยนะครับ วันนี้เราก็อยู่กับเกม Hogwarts Legacy นะครับในพาร์ทที่เท่าไหร่เลยวะ5เปล่าจำไม่ได้นะก็หลังจาก EP ที่แล้วนะครับ เราได้ทำการไปย่องในห้องสมุดนะฮะ แล้วก็เอ่อไปเอ่อสู่เส้นทางเวทมนต์โบราณอีกแล้วนะครับแล้วก็ได้หนังสือมาเอาให้ศาสตราจารย์ดูนะครับก็เป็นเกี่ยวกับเรื่องเอ้ยแมวเป็นเกี่ยวกับความทรงจำของเพอร์ซิวาลอีกแล้วนะครับแล้วก็ได้พบว่ามีเด็กชั้นปีที่5นะครับเหมือนเราเลยนะครับแล้วก็ยุ่งเกี่ยวกับเวทมนต์โบราณเหมือนกันนะครับแล้วก็มาสืบความจริงนะครับกันนะเพราะว่าผมก็แปลไม่ค่อยได้เลยก็ยังงงใครแปลได้ก็ช่วยแปลด้วยนะบอกหน่อยเนี่ยแต่ว่ากว่าคลิปจะลงก็ผมก็งงไปนานแล้วเหมือนกันล่ะอะไรครับแล้วเดินไปต่อนะครับเราจะไปวันนี้อย่างที่บอกไว้ท้ายคลิปที่แล้วนะครับวันนี้เราจะไปเป็นชาวนานะครับจะเป็นชาวสวนเราจะไปเรียนวิชาพืชนะครับโอ้โหหน้าตาเส้นทางแม่งเหมือนกันหมดเลยนะคุณผู้ชมผมเดินไปทางไหนผมก็ว่ามันเป็นทางเดียวกันแต่พอออกมาคนละทางได้ไงวะ Green House
Punches onion again.
เอาเลยครับเราจะมาเรียนวิชาปลูกไร่ไถนาทำพืชทำสวนนะครับอาจารย์คนนี้น่ารักกว่าในแฮร์รี่พอตเตอร์นะฮะ
How wonderful it is to see you again,
Professor
Lenore,
Garrett
dear.
นะครับ
Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together.
ชุดเราหรูหรามาเข้าคุณแล้ว
How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb.
อยู่
Now
กับ
then,
เซบาสเตียนเพื่อนยาก
today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio.
โอ้
Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now,
ใส่หู
everyone,
แล้วเอาแล้ว
lift the mandrake by the tendrils and
Ujom.
give it a firm tug.
ฮักแม่นเด็กออกมากูไม่อยากกด A เลยเดี๋ยวกูก็ต้องกด A
Quickly, place your mandrake in the new pot and pat down the soil.
ย้ายกระถางไอชิบหายกระจกกระแตก
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for
Kulian,
our
can
next
you?
task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting table.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
คุยกับอาจารย์สิตอก
Yes, Professor.
Firstly,
Our
well
professor.
done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I
Enjoy,
enjoyed it.
enjoy.
I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld
ปลูก
potion,
ป่ะนะ
as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
เฮ้ย
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
ไปไหนเนี่ย
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But you'll lead.
นี่อะไรนี่กลายเป็นคน
Nice
ตัง
work
เหร
in
อ
defense against the dark arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him.
Yep.
It was brilliant.
Oh,
เอ้ยเป็นติ่งกูไง
thank you.
Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage.
Ui.
Go on. Now,
Yep,
see that
yep.
dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it.
เก็บ
They'll do the rest.
I'm sorry. What do I need to do?
Garlic said she wanted you to have a go at tending the cabbages. Give them some time to chomp and whatnot. Nothing to it, really. Just toss some of those Chinese chomping cabbages out. You'll see fairly quickly why we call them that.
อ๋อโอ้โอเคใช้ยาขโมยสัตว์จัดการให้หมดเลยขโมยผลไม้สัตว์จัดการให้หมดเลยโอเคว่าไง
I'm sorry. What do I need to do?
Garlic said she wanted you to have a go at tending the cabbages. Give them some time to chomp and whatnot. Nothing to it, really.
พูดประโยคเดิมเลยคุณผู้ชม
Toss some of those Chinese...
LB ปึ๊บโอ้นี่เหรอ
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little
What
bastards,
the-
aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that'd have your back in a fight.
โจมตีด้วย
Not
พื
saying you
ช
can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
เนี่ย
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
ไอ้ผักกาดนั่นมันหายไปแล้วกลับเข้าไปที่ชั้นเรียนอาจารย์ผมไปลองใช้โจมตี
Always wear our dragon hide gloves.
ยังไม่เสร็จ
I shall end our lesson here.
อ่านไปลองโจมตีด้วย
I
มา
tended
แล้ว
to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
เป็นไงล่ะแต่อาจารย์
Revelio.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
ต้นไม้อาจารย์บนกระดาษอาจารย์มองอาจารย์หมดเลย
Kindness and concern are as necessary in the greenhouse as in the Great Hall.
โอ้4 นาที นานเกิน ไปก่อนล่าอาจารย์ อันนี้ เฮ้ย อันนี้เรียน Expelliarmus เควสคือที่ไหนอะข้างนอกเหรอ เฮ้ย Expelliarmus ครับ Potion Class โอ้โห อันนี้เหมือนมันจะอยู่ข้างนอกนะ เฮ้ย แฮกแล้วไงต่ออ่ะ มันไม่มีขึ้นน่ะ ต้องสู้กับ enemy เหรอ งั้นเราเอาเควสหลักก่อนแล้วกันเนาะตัวนี้เราไปนอกรอบไปปลดล็อก Expelliarmus กัน เราไปเรียนครับ เราเรียนปลูกผัก แล้วเราก็ต้องไปเรียนวิชาปรุงยา จะแบบน้ำยาสับปะรดอะไรอย่างเงี้ย โอ้โห คุยได้ทุกคนเดบเซียน
I want to.
Revelio.
เมื่อไหร่เราจะได้อโรโฮโมล่าวะ
Auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade.
Professor Black would never
หน้าตาแม่งเหมือนกูมาห้องนี้ได้ไงวะ
be incompetent, which he is.
ต้องแบบจำออกไปเลี้ยวซ้ายมันก็คนละซอยเหรอวะ
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
อะไรให้ปรุงยากูยังไม่รู้เรื่องเลยกูเพิ่งมาเรียนปี 5 เอา
Use
ละ
a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
บดเข้าไป
Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
กระจึง วนคนละฝั่งกับเมื่อกี้คุณตุ้ยไประเบิดไหมอาจารย์มาเช็คของดิตูมแล้วเว้ย
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
ได้วิกกินเวลมาเพิ่มครับ
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year.
Revelio.
Purpose of a goblin rebellion.
ไม่มีอะไรละไปแล้วห้องนั้น
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
คุณวิสลี่โอเค
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Revelio.
ต้องเป็นถามครู
Your potion should not be that.
เก็บหมดเก็บของที่ไม่ใช่เควสก่อนแล้วค่อยเก็บของเควสอุ้ยผลมีแว่นด้วยเราอยู่ในโรงเรียนยังไม่ต้องรีบครับ
When brewing potions.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
เรายังไม่ต้องรีบใส่
Brilliant!
ของ
Thank you. This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
ปรุงน้ำยาครับ Edurus Potion Edurus Potion คือโพชั่นอะไรฮะเดี๋ยวผมระหว่างเรารอเดี๋ยวผมแปลแป๊บไม่มีความหมายด้วยเดี๋ยวกินแล้วป้องกันได้นะครับถ้าไม่สกินร็อกสกินโอเคเป็นหินอีดูรัสมันเป็นชื่อเลยขอโทษ
And now we add the mallow sweet, and
เอาเลยครับ
that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah!
Get it! Not again.
Dragon dung! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry,
อะไร
Professor.
ให้เราใช้เหร
That'll
อ
be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
I brewed an Edurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an oral. I wish he talked about it more.
ตั้งเก็บตังค์พวงน้ำยาได้จากที่นี่งั้นเลยเควสต่อไปไปหาเนตตี้ได้แว่นมาฮะป้องกันด้วยเฮ้ยโคตรจ้าบแว่นกันแดดว่ะแว่นกันแดดสมัยก่อนไม่ใส่อ่ะมันไม่ชาร์ปเลยเต้อยู่ฮอกมีดแน่ๆเลยไม่ใช่เฮ้ยเอาไปกันใหญ่แล้วจะบอกนะว่าวิ่งโอ้โหขาลากอะ
Ugh, my robes are going to reek from Gareth's ink for a week for the rest of term.
ไป
Handy resource
Wing.
indeed, your field.
อ๋อเราหันคนละฝั่งแล้วตรงออกนี่ปุ๊บเราเลี้ยวซ้ายปุ๊บเป็นไงโอ้โหเริ่มจำได้เจอไอ้นี่ทะเลาะกัน2ตัว
Revelio.
ดิเวริโอเปิดกันตรงนี้เราไปไม่ได้ไปออกนอกฮอกวอตส์
All of my siblings have gone on to work.
อุ้ยให้เราไปทางไหนตรงนั้นเป็นที่เล่นควิดดิชครับควิดดิชแต่ภาคนี้ไม่มีเล่นนะครับเทอมนี้ควิดดิชยกเลิกแล้วเราอาจจะได้รอ DLC เทอมหน้านี่บ้านแฮกริดหรือเปล่าบ้านแฮกริด
What are you up to now?
เปิดก่อนเนัตตี้ไม่สอนกูขี่ไม่กวาดเลยวิ่งกันจนขาลากเลยเก็บหมดครับมีอะไรเก็บหมดเก็บเอาหมดสายปรุงยาเฮ้ยนี่ไงเก็บไม่ได้หินไม่เคยเก็บได้แล้วเราจะได้ไปบู๊กับนัตตี้เนาะแต่วันนี้มันใกล้ๆแล้วเนี่ยเราจะได้ฟาร์มไม่ได้อะไรเลยโอ้ยต้นสีขาวขึ้นอยู่ประเทศเล่ไม่มีเรามาทางนี้ได้เหรอไอ้ปังเนี่ยให้วิ่งอ้อมโอ้โหออกสะพานนี้มาถึงเลยยังไงครับนี่แบบเล่นกูแล้วโอ้ตรงนี้ยังสวยครับจริงทะเลสาบตรงนี้เป็นบ้านแฮกริดในอนาคตตรงนี้ไม่ใช่บ้านแฮกริดบ้านทำอุปกรณ์ ข้างล่างถ้ำแน่ๆต้องไป
That's
ถ้ำ
intriguing.
ระยะนั้นต้องไปถ้ำวะโอ้นี่เป็นใครวะดีอะป้าดี
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there
เรา
after
เริ่ม
the
เล่า
dragon
เรื่องกิน
attacked
กอ
our
ดกับกุญ
carriage.
แจแล้วแล้วก็
What
โดน
on earth?
There's one more thing.
ไม่ตีบ
It's
น
a
พื้น
bit
เลย
odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us, to all of us, which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll, and Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Mattibili-land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
ดันเจียน
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own.
อ้าว
and the
dangerous
fact that they're
โอ้
working with Ranrock.
อ่านผิด
Well,
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
that may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
ไงต่อคุยอะไรกันเมื่อกี้ก็ไม่รู้เรื่อง
Dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
เขาหัวร้อนอะไรวะอุ้ยมึงไม่ตามนัตตี้แป๊บนึงนัตตี้โอนอยู่ซ่อนอยู่ดูดินัตตี้ของเต็ม
Mummy! Not stray far from home, especially when I'm inside your sister. You should see them, Mummy. They're beautiful. These horses are famous. I'm too tired for your stories today. You stay right here where I can see you.
ไปเลย
Why don't you do some more drawings for me? Hmm?
Ui,
Very well, Mummy.
ใครแล้วไม่รู้แต่ว่าบนบ้าน
It's the place right under the storybook.
บนหรอกไม่มีอารมณ์บนใช่ไหมโพชั่นเหรอ
Hello, sir. What do you still here?
Oh, I'm Joel Sidney, and this is my potion shop. I can answer any questions you have about the town.
โพชั่นช็อป
What do you have to say?
What can I help you with today?
แพงชิบหายขายของแพงเลย
Revelio.
ขายของแพงปุ๊บ
I never thought Ranrock's money would go this far.
อุ้ยโอ้โหอย่างเท่อย่างจ้าบหายไปเลยหายเก่งเลยเร็วๆเมื่อกี้ได้ของมาไปดูตัวนี้กว่าลายไม่เดินไม่เห็นซ้ำเหรออุ้ยต้องมาสีชุดเลยอุ้ยโอเคขายาวฮะเป็นจ้าดิอุ้ยนี่กระเป๋าไปดิ
They must have come this way.
คนแปลกหน้า
I've no idea
Oi.
who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my
นอร่า
research.
เคสวิล
I do not have time to.
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your
เฮ้ย
time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
พวกล็อกวูด
Student, you can't be serious.
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefied.
No
believe in this.
สู้มันป้าสู้มันป้าป้าโคตรแจ๋วอุ้ย
I'll watch the light go out
ผู้เสพ
of
ความ
your
ตายเหรอ
eyes.
อุ้ยผู้ใช้ศาสตร์มืดอ๋อ เป็นคนดังเหรอ เชี่ยโกรธพิษ
You'll take this student over my dead
In himself.
Nice drop.
Incendio. Levioso.
จะเสือกเน่
You've made a great mistake.
กินโอ้โหเจเมื่อกี้ไปไหนแล้ววะ
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner. And so close to Hogwarts.
ผมยังไม่ชินกับการแบบสามเหลี่ยมกันแล้วเมื่อกี้แบบจังหวะแบบนี่เลยฮะต้องซ้อม
I am, thanks in
Ah,
no
okay,
small
huh?
part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders.
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin, gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor, hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Revelio. This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet
Incendio.
on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
Here. Any boy.
My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Incendio.
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
เผาเลยเราค้นพบโดยการ
Beard,
หัว
how
ฮะ
beautiful! What a day. I can hardly believe it.
Revelio.
ของจริง
I
ผม
take
อะ
it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
สำหรับเควสนะครับเควสมาแบบช่วยเหลือคนนะฮะเควส
Greetings. I understand you're quite the enterprising young Ravenclaw. Professor Fig tells me you found a long-lost book for him. I'd like to talk to you about it.
attack dot rolling ไปตรงนี้ก่อนนะฮะเควสอยู่ที่ไหนวะเบอร์เกนเดนเอ้ยออฟเกนโอ้โอลิเวียเวนเดอร์เดี๋ยวผมขอวิ่งขึ้นไปดูตรงนู้นก่อนนะอ๋อหมู่บ้านตรงนี้เองขอโทษปาดเธอเดี๋ยวเรามาร์คเควสอันนี้ไปกันนะครับโอลิเวียก็เดี๋ยวเรามาร์คอันนี้ออกทราเวลสิกดผิดโอ้นี่ก็กด A อย่างเดียวเลยเอาครับเดี๋ยวเรามาคุยกับโอลิเวียแวนเดอร์กันนะครับว่าเราจะทำอะไรต่อ
Any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Revelio.
กุ้งกิ้งเห็นอะไรกุ้งกิ้งไม่ได้
Good of you to come. My friend, Professor Fig, speaks highly of you and your resourcefulness. He was vague as to details, but mentioned your having tracked down a difficult-to-find book. I wondered if you'd be willing to do a little detective work on my behalf.
Of course, Mr. Ollivander. Sounds most up my street.
Wonderful. You see, about a century ago, an heirloom applewood wand with a fairy wing core went missing from this very shop. My great-aunt suspected a student named Richard Jackdaw. He'd been serving as an assistant here and suddenly vanished.
Richard Jackdaw?
Like the bird. In fact, he was known to frequent the Hogwarts Owlery. We searched there, of course, but found no wand. We did find a series of statues similar to Jackdaw's. I'm certain they're a clue, but I cannot figure out where they lead. Jackdaw was last heard tittering about some pages with a map he'd stolen from Peeves. As you can imagine, the poltergeist was less than helpful.
Is there anything special about the wand?
Oh, yes, it's terribly special. But not in the way you might think. It won't grant special powers to the caster, no, nothing like that. But it will ease the hearts and minds of the Ollivanders to know of its return, and that power is immeasurable.
Why would the thief have taken the wand?
I must admit I have no idea. From what I can gather, he fancied himself an adventurer of sorts, always looking for trouble. In fact, after he went missing, rumor had it his ghost was seen in Hogsmeade. Never heard much about him after that, but it seems as if his adventurous spirit may have got the better of him. Perhaps he thought that the wand had some special power simply because of its esteemed lineage. Astonishing how misunderstood the art of wand-making is.
Surely you could continue searching the owlery.
One would think. However, the headmaster does not take kindly to an old wand-maker loitering about the place. Can't say I blame him. Also, I have perhaps been looking for too long. I feel a fresh set of eyes, and a bright mind like yours is sure to solve this riddle.
กล่องข้างหลังนั้นกล่องเลเวนคอร์ด้วยครับคุณผู้ชม
I'll have a look for you. You've certainly given me plenty to go on.
Ah, you've brought hope to this old wand-maker's heart. Professor Fig was right. You are a remarkable student.
เอาละพูดอะไรเมื่อกี้ Page แบบพับไปไหนอ่ะปวดสินี่ดิโอ้โถเรียนรู้ครับเรียนรู้การใช้ผงฟูในการเดินทางอยู่นะโอ้ยไปเอาละครับโอลิเวียจะให้เราไปทำอะไรกันแน่เมื่อกี้เขาพูดอะไรก็ไม่รู้
Revelio
ต้องก่อนวับวัยรุ่นเก็บเห็ดเก็บพวกนี้ไม่ได้เลยอ่ะดูข้างใน
The statues Mr. Ollivander mentioned must be upstairs amongst the owls.
ได้ผ้าคลุมใหม่
Don't mind me, owls. I'm just here to help a friend. Now, where are those statues?
เนี่ยเต็มไปหมดเลย
Revelio. I recognize those handles.
หอคอยนี้เนี่ยพี่เขาอยู่ในหนังแฮร์รี่เนี่ย
Empty perches. Could be the right size for jackdaws. Or statues of jackdaws. Accio. Nothing. I'd best keep looking. I'll take that, thank you.
ถึงหมด XQ
No statues here. Accio. Accio.
XQ
This'll do nicely.
งงปะใหญ่ล่วงป้านี่มีอุ้ยข้างบนเต็มเลย XQ
Accio.
XQ เต็มเลยว่ะ XQ ขึ้นแล้ว
Birds aren't afraid of heights. Perhaps I should look a bit higher. Revelio. Accio. Here's a welcome surprise. Nothing.
หาหมด
I'd best keep
XQ
looking.
XQ XQ
No statues here.
XQ
Nothing. Levioso.
เรวิโอโต้ครับอันนี้
Accio.
XQ ดึงมาโอ้
What's happening?
Ui, ui. โอ้ลอยขึ้นมาด้านบนเจอผี
Could it be? Has someone solved my
This
puzzle
has
after all
Jackdaw.
these years? Well done indeed. Good news. If you've got something to hide, you found the perfect spot. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw. So Mr. Ollivander was right. He wants his family wand back.
Goodness, I'd forgotten about that wand. I assure you I don't have it on me. I'm almost certain I dropped it the moment I was beheaded in that cave. Oh, it was sheer folly to follow that map.
What map?
Ridiculous, really. Found it on some yellowed old pages Peeves had pilfered. Thought I could impress a girl. But that's a story for another day.
So you stole a wand and then followed a map on some pages that you took from Peeves and followed that map to your doom.
Odd to hear it all reduced to such absurdity, but yes. Why do you care about some old wand?
I don't really. Ollivander does. It's the pages I'm after. Might they be with the wand in the cave?
Indeed. Say, here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest? I'd be happy to show you where to find them.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves, a poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He's got a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's likely to cause the most chaos. I doubt he even noticed they were gone.
Why would you steal Mr. Ollivander's family wand?
The family were always going on about how special it was, so I took it. Who could resist? Sadly, it wasn't special enough to save my neck. I fully intended to return it once I learned it was only special for sentimental reasons, but as you can see, I never got the chance.
I think I can guess how you died, but who did it to you?
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze, after which I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do visit the cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
If that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you there.
If you don't mind the sight of my decapitated skeleton, the wand and the pages are yours for the taking.
เอานะครับหลังจากเราคุยกับผีซึ่งผมก็แปลไม่ได้เลยอีกเช่นเคยนะฮะกูงงมากมันคุยอะไรกันเอาล่ะแล้วเราเควสต่อไปเควสมาแล้วrequirement experiment นะฮะไปไม่ได้ต้องทำเควสนี้ก่อนเอาล่ะครับผมต้องไปเก็บเควสเควสปลดล็อกสกิลนะครับ experiment นะฮะเพื่อที่เราจะสามารถไปต่อเควสเนื้อเรื่องได้นะครับวันนี้เราคงจะตันเพียงแค่นี้นี่ครับอุ้ยมุมตรงนั้นสวยมากนะครับสำหรับวันนี้นะครับเราก็ได้บู๊กับผู้ใช้ศาสตร์มืดนะครับแต่อนาคตข้างหน้าเราจะได้บู๊มากขึ้นนะครับใครชอบนะครับก็อย่าลืมกดไลค์กดแชร์นะครับกดติดตามกด Subscribe และกดกระดิ่งแจ้งเตือนนะครับเพื่อที่จะไม่พลาดคลิปใหม่ๆด้วยนะครับเดี๋ยว EP หน้านะครับเราจะได้ใช้ Experience กันแล้วนะครับสำหรับวันนี้สวัสดีครับ